Alright you guys, welcome back. So in the previous video I showed how I was washing it or what it turned out like. So this is me just washing and conditioning the hair. So I have this whole routine where I started using like Aussie products. So I like their curl, and because I liked the Aussie's deep conditioner of the 3-minute moisture conditioner because I felt like it was hydrating enough. But I felt like after I went to my head therapist, she was like, girl, you need to switch out your products. I was like, oh god. So anyways, this is what I use for the current right now until I show you my new products that I'm using. So I'm definitely sticking to the realm where I'm doing the pre-poo with the hibiscus and the Avocado Oil mix. And then I'm going to be shampooing the hair really vigorously on my scalp because she said my head spa therapist, she said that my hair, like I have really like dry scalp, but my hair is thin, so I need to like be careful with all the tugging and pulling on my hair. And if you're not gentle enough and you're tugging and pulling your hair a lot and you have thin hair, you can rip the K-tips out of your hair, you know what I mean? And which is going to pull it out of your actual scalp, and you'll actually using and lose more hair and damage your hair more. So it's very important when you're washing your hair, you're not roughing it up like you're washing fabric or anything like that. You just want to gently rub it between your hands. And I usually just squish the water out like I'm squeezing kind of like rag, and then just scrunch it up a smidge to squeeze the water out. We're not trying to do anything that's going to cause more tangles, you know. And then after I wash it, I try to wash it twice so I can really cleanse my scalp and cleanse the hair. And when it comes to wearing the K-tips, I think the biggest thing that we would need to consider is just making sure you're caring for your own hair more than you care for the K-tips, because it's almost going to create a dysmorphia where you care for the K-tips more than you care for your hair, because the K-tip is like so much longer than your actual hair that you don't focus most of the product and moisture that you need on your actual hair and not just so much of the extensions itself, you know what I mean? So I did start trying to use this Olaplex mask because my hair is one of those things that sucks up all the moisture. So I need to really ensure that I have a lot of moisture in my hair. And usually when I wear my K-tips, I do like something straight, like a yucky kinky straight or something like that. And usually I wear even the kinky curly straight. I usually flat iron it and I wear it straight. So this is my first time just like wearing it curly for a little bit just to see how it is. Maybe I'm just not trying to fuss about hair so much, and I just want to let, you know, black hair do what black hair does. And go and just let it be. So I think that's just what I'm doing for now until I order some new products that would work on moisturizing my hair better. But you definitely want to ensure that you're using like a good leave-in conditioner and a cream base conditioner to seal in that moisture with something with a little bit of oil. But then you got to be careful how much oil you're putting at the root of the keratin bond itself, because that oil sometimes will make the keratin bond slip from your actual hair, especially if you're tugging and brushing it a lot. And then if you're one of those people like me where my hair is dry and I need to steam it sometimes, that steam can also loosen up the bonds from the keratin. So it's like really tricky with taking care of your hair while having the keratin tips in, you know. So I'm still doing being more consistent with even using more of a green tea rinse on my hair. So after I shampoo and condition the hair, I rinse the hair first with the hibiscus green tea blend that I made here, and I told you guys about what it was in my previous video. And then I will lock that in with the Olaplex as well, so that way it stays moisturized. And then when I wash it out the deep conditioner mask from the Olaplex, it will still retain some of the benefits from the hibiscus green tea blend, which is supposed to help with shedding and stuff. I did about like 4 pumps of the Olaplex mask. I think it says use 1 pump for like shoulder length hair, and I guess use as many as you need based on your hair length and stuff. So this stuff is expensive. It's like $30 for this little bottle, but I don't know, I like it. But she said I need to switch to something way more hydrating, so I might switch to a different brand and just toss my Aussie stuff all together. So this is it for now, you guys. There is a part of my hair where I felt that I had run out of hair, but I was like, oh, maybe it wouldn't be noticeable as to where the hair kind of ends and stuff. So I figured I'll just wear my ponytail up until I get the rest of the weave in, so I can make more keratin tips for the other part of my hair. So you'll kind of see on my hair where it is missing some bonds, so it looks really kind of choppy at the top, because it's about a good 2 inch, maybe it's probably got about a good 2 to 3 inches of hair that I didn't bond because I ran out of hair. So, but the rest of my hair is done, so I'll most likely just be wearing up. See that little part on the left right there? That's the part that I ran out of hair, and I was like, oh, it wouldn't be noticeable. But my sister came over, she said, girl, your hair is like totally messy. You can definitely see where it's ending. And I was like, all right, fine, you're onto something. So, but when I wear it up in a ponytail or like really frizz it out, you can't really tell as much. But when my hair is wet, I feel like the texture doesn't melt as much, so it's like my hair needs to be really stretched for it to like really blend a little bit better, or like the keratin bonds needs to be, or like the keratin tip hair, it needs to be like frizzy for it to really blend with my own texture, because my curls are like really tight. So but I feel like it's after doing the conditioning steps I did, it was just very soft, very hydrating, very warm. Not warm, but like very just soft. I really liked how soft my hair was, and I think I'm just gonna work on just accessorizing it and just working with my natural hair a little bit more, so I don't feel so dependent on it. I did start to notice, I feel like I'm getting like a little bald spot from a lot of the tension of when I wear my wigs. Like in the middle, I did a middle part, and then I noticed right in the middle part, I feel like I'm getting like a little bald spot right in that spot, right in the middle, about 3 inches in. Like my hair is just a little bit thinner in that spot, and then my edges are there, but I also feel like my edges are shorter and they're more broken from where the lace of the hair is always rubbing, and where like the combs are always attached, because I usually wear combs and I don't wear my wigs on the front of my hairline. Like I usually wear behind my hairline because I want it to look very natural and seamless. So that's why I was like, let me take a minute to just wear my hair out for a little bit, just let my scalp breathe. And my next style most likely will just be braids, so I can just let my scalp breathe a little bit aside from the wig. And then I had the bright idea to say, let me see what I can do to define the curls and make it blend better, because I was finding my natural texture wasn't blending as much. So, especially since I had that little piece that was sticking out and missing. But at the end of the day, I think I ended up just wearing it in a ponytail, and I'll be doing a ponytail or something, or like a fro style, until I get a little bit more hair. And then I end up cutting it, because I felt like with it being like waist length, because this hair was initially like 26 inches, but I really felt like it was way too much hair for me. So I ended up cutting it so it was more of like maybe 22 to be like past bra strap, but like waist length at the same time. So this is like a better length for me, to where it looks more natural, it looks believable, it looks more seamless. So when I wear froze, it kind of blends. I was initially gonna leave it in this bantu knot to try to stretch it out, but then I had to go out the house and kind of go about the day, and I didn't have time to let it dry, so I just literally just let it air dry and without the bantu knot to stretch the roots, because I really wanted to stretch the roots without heat. But yeah, I didn't. And this time around, I didn't even use a good leave-in conditioner, y'all. I literally just finished with the mask, and then I tried that styling mousse. And then after the styling mousse, I was like, oh my god, I forgot I still have to moisturize my own hair like usual. So I put the shea butter in, but I used my shea butter that was shebe infused, because I want to really work on making sure I'm having good length potential. So as I said, you want to really focus a lot of the conditioning on your natural hair, your own hair, not the extensions, you know what I mean? So that way you're working on retaining moisture. So for me going forward, I need to work on like moisturizing my actual hair and really scrubbing my own scalp, because sometimes the keratin bonds can be in the way. See, that's a little part of hair right there that I forgot that's where I kind of ran out of extensions. But you can see where it stops and where my hair starts, you know what I mean? But if you do with really good finger tangling or a little brush, you can kind of get away with it. But this is what it looks like in the sun after I did all of that. And then you can kind of see where the hair is just not blending as well because I ran out of hair. So that's why I'm going to be wearing a ponytail for the next few weeks. But in a pony, it looked mad cute. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. You see it. So yeah, so this is how I'm going to be rocking for a little bit, or something with a headband to cover up the extra little hair at the top that's missing. But yeah, and like I was getting discouraged, y'all. I was like, maybe I should just go back to doing like my yaki straight or something, because there's no way I'm wearing curly hair like this. But this is my natural texture that I gotta get used to doing, and it sure feels better than looking like a kid. So talk to you soon.